out of closed session for talking about personnel matters. So good to see everybody. The holders here. Hey guys, how are you guys doing? Good. How's the project? Are we going to hear about it tonight? Awesome. Good. Yeah, way to go. Congrats. So yeah, we're here at Town of Poolesville. It's our meeting tonight, our regular Monday meeting, and even though it's been irregular for the last month and a half, but we're back. Glad to have everybody here tonight. Again, we were in closed session to discuss a personnel matter. So we're at the time period where we do the Pledge of Allegiance. Whoever wants to lead us in it, Brian? Sure. Since I'm looking at you. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and the republic stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah, I'll be completely messed up.
Well, way you go.
Yeah, way to keep pushing through, right?
Glad Hobbs was right there with you.
Yeah, he was there.
Boom, boom.
All right, in the meeting tonight, we have all five of the commissioners. Alan Hobbs is with us virtually, so glad to have him here. Town staff is with us as well. Great studio audience tonight. And this is the time of the meeting where we do our commissioner announcements and our committee reports. And Alan, since you're right there, you think you're ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Okay, good. Thank you.
All right, so it's been quite a while since we've had our, since we've had our commissioner meeting. We had our last park board meeting was really technically July 9th. That's where we had our in-town hall session. Had a couple presenters, had a club tree plenish who were 3 students from PHS that presented some ideas about planting trees. Work with Preston to go ahead and locate areas of needing trees, getting approvals. I believe they're going to meet with him in September so they can start planning in October. So very, very good bunch. They actually are going to also get a booth at Poolesville Day, so make sure you go up to the PHS area and then see Hannah, Natalie, and Jaden. I think, let's see what else we have in my notes here. Talked about, we also had some speed studies results that are coming. Probably we'll get that to our next meeting, which will be September 10th, so in a couple Wednesdays. At the August 16th meeting they had a couple of weeks ago, it was actually just a tour of some of the Parks Board members to go ahead and look at the parks, get familiar with them, and see how we can improve them. Another thing is I had a coaches meeting at PHS last week, and one of the teams, soccer teams, actually practiced at Elgin, and they're asking if we can get an AED at Elgin Park. So we actually do have the AED, but it's going to be installed in a couple of weeks. That way, for emergency reasons, we can go ahead and make sure that all the students and whoever else is in that area is covered with the AEDs. Let's see what else we have here. All right, well, Brian and I had a nice, long 45-minute conversation with Director of the DNR and the Outdoor Recreation Department today, discussing some of the agro-tourism, bringing some of the bikes and brews that are throughout the couple counties, Howard County, Montgomery County, in order to generate a little bit of tourism and just, get them familiar with the Ag Reserve, so on and so forth. We will have multiple conversations, I'm sure, in the future. I'll probably put them in touch with Dara regarding some of the Royal Uncommon events. Let's see, I know we're switching a little bit to the town. I know we had some water leaks again, took care of them, got some tree trimming done. Parks are looking fantastic. And then the good old crosswalks are done. Nice and bright. Hopefully people can see where they're crossing safely. So looking forward to that, and it's it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on, and we're still on it. But I'm looking forward to Poolesville Day and going from there.
Okay, Alan, very good. Thank you for that. Anything else? Anybody have questions for Alan?
Hey, just a follow-up. I love that we are getting AEDs in more of the parks. I was wondering if there is a plan to offer some CPR AED training, like I think they're called BLS, Basic Life Support Trainings, out
Correct.
here in Poolesville. When I've renewed mine, I've had to go to like Germantown or Gaithersburg, but I know we have had trainings out here in the past. It would be nice to.
Yeah, we've been in
have those on a
contact with the
regular
shock and compression folks. That's where we get the AEDs from. They have the courses and stuff. And they would like to come out again. So right now, it's just having the discussion. with
Yeah, and we'll follow up and we'll advertise when that happens, but,
Awesome.
yeah.
Great.
Okay, thanks. Sarah, anything else, guys? Nothing for Alan?
I'll jump on this conversation. If I go.
All right, so you're next.
All right. Just with Alan and I discussed with DNR, one of the concepts we talked about, since we don't really have a bike to brew area around here, would be to time with one of our town events where we have that kind of stuff. And to bring up, she was hoping we could partner with the Potomac Pedals bicycle group that actually comes out this way regularly. I think that would be a really good time to show them our streetscape plan, where we're going to have a bike lane in Poolesville, so that when they do come to Poolesville, they know how we're trying to route traffic. And to have like a pop-up tent or a pop-up stand or something discussing how to drive with bikes on the road and how to ride bikes with cars on the road, because we have so much around here. So really trying to bring some people out and make it safer and make it better for the experience when they're here. So they had some really good ideas. I'm looking forward to continuing that conversation. The Planning Commission did not meet in July, but we did have a work session on the Cultural Arts District in September. It was, in August. It was about a week and a half ago, right?
It was August 7th.
August 7th. We had some recommendations, that we're going to continue working on. Some of it was around parking. Some discussion points were whether we get a strict parking regulation or whether we allow individuals moving into the Cultural Arts District to discuss with us how they'd like to handle parking and leave more leeway with us. Not sure how we're going to handle that, but those are the two conversation points. I guess highlights other than that would be that we think that we should investigate acquiring land to put a public parking lot in town, 50 plus spaces, to benefit both the Cultural Arts District and other events and businesses throughout the town. So again, recommending to investigate. And that we didn't want to put too strict of design guidelines into the CAD. We really want to have the ability to work with people that are creative and have ideas on how they want to tie in the cultural arts. Like we've had thoughts, and then somebody else comes up with a better idea every time we have a thought, it seems like. So we just want to, the idea would be to embrace the principles and the adaptive reuse, I'm reading this, by the way, and cohesion, while still allowing for creativity that comes with the arts. So, again, recommendations, we're not recommendations as to how we're going to continue with this moving forward, but not an end game yet.
Okay.
So, that's what we'll be seeing ultimately when we do bring it to this panel.
Cool, good. Yeah, this is exciting.
It is.
Good chance to do something really cool here.
Yep.
Appreciate the work on the board, you guys helping provide the guidance as we embark upon something that's pretty momentous for us. So we've never had that kind of recognition before, so this is going to be good. All right, very good. Anything else for Brian, for the Planning Commission?
I was just going to mention, I did have a conversation with someone who is I guess a strategic consultant and has helped municipalities with similar, I don't know, transitions into like a cultural arts district. And I just wonder if that would be worth bringing someone on to advise or at least listen to what they could do, like an initial presentation of like, this is the type of strategic support that they provide. Because I think in order for our cultural arts district to be successful, I think we need some help, like pulling it all together. Like, I think there's so many great ideas around and so many different partners involved in the process. And yeah, I want it to be amazing.
Yeah, we discussed on that note, actually. Stephen Kidd has worked with somebody, University of Maryland,
Yep, he was the head of the School of Architecture for the University of Maryland,
who
who's very much into these type of conversations around the arts and adaptive reuse, from his terminology there, and stuff like that. So that was one angle. We also discussed the working with somebody like what we did with the streetscape and trying to develop a plan that way as well. So a design firm or something like that. So those are things that we've discussed.
Okay. So all those are being floated
Yeah,
and
and-
explored.
and the person you
Awesome.
spoke
I'll
to-
send you the name of the person
do.
I was
Yep.
talking to and just have that be part of the conversation.
yes, thank you.
That's it for you? Anything else? Alan, nothing from Brian? All right, very good. Okay, up to you two.
Okay, I'm just going to jump into Fair Access Committee. I actually was not at the Fair Access meeting. I had a conflict, but I will share the report. And if there's anything, Ed, Link, that you guys want to chime in, please feel free to add. At this stage of the year, we are in full preparing for Poolesville Day. And what the Fair Access Committee is primarily responsible for that day is the Poolesville Day breakfast, which has become an annual tradition. And we have about between 70 and 80 people coming. We hold it at the Poolesville Elementary School. And we've gotten confirmations from at least 7 of our council members at this point, including all those who are running for the county executive seat that will be opening up. We'll have the current county executive coming, our entire D15 delegation, Mike Scheffel from the Ag Department, Secretary of Agriculture, Kevin Addix, and at least 4 Board of Education members, our 4 principals from our region, and a number of agency heads like Keisha Davis from the Department of Health. And the new acting chief of the rec department. We also have a lot of farmers coming. We are planning an award and an opportunity to honor and focus on the contribution of farmers and agriculture to the development of this area in our community. So that will be one of our primary focuses during the Poolesville Day breakfast. And then the other focus will be to continue to petition our elected leaders to fund and support and provide us with the county and state resources that we need to move some of our priorities forward, including the community center, the bubble over the pool, improve transportation in our area, finishing off the high school and the fields. So we'll be also bringing those issues forward. We also have 2 farm tours or county ag reserve tours scheduled for 2 of our at-large candidates coming up, Scott Goldberg and Lori Ann Sales. And then, as always, it's that time of the year when we get ready to send out our recommendations for the next fiscal year to the county executive. So we're working on that as well.
I think you hit it all. Go ahead. Whatever you didn't, Ed can fill in the blanks. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, and just, I guess because it's been a couple of weeks, it slipped my mind, but a couple of weeks ago, Lily Chi led a delegation of all those that she is working with to tour the Ag Reserve as part of their research and preparation for the economic development research grant that they have. So they went and visited, I don't know, I think maybe 10 or 12 different locations, and they're getting to know what happens out here in the Ag Reserve.
That's it.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
Ed?
All right. So, good job, Sarah. Thank you. The other piece I'll add in terms of sustainable Poolesville. So our next meeting is going to be the third Wednesday of this month, and so we haven't met for a little bit, but so we'll be coming up. Let's see here. Other than that, I will share just some dates for you. Alan, you might want to write this one down. But
Okay.
on September 13th, the Upper County Volunteer Fire Department, they actually will have a CPR and AED training that's available. They got one coming up September 13th, another one on November 1st. So other than that, nothing else to
Nice.
report. At the next meeting, hopefully we'll have more from Sustainable Poolesville.
Thanks, Ed, because I'm certified, but I need to renew before then, so.
No, I also, I'll let the cat out the bag. I'm certified because I coach girls basketball at a middle school that I work at.
I thought you were certified because of the dudes that you still play basketball with.
I need to be certified for that.
Form stuff, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, whatever way it works, man, it's good. And that's too funny. You know, I saw a big brand new Cadillac pulled in here and turned around while I was pulling in tonight, and I could have sworn it was Don Street behind the wheel, but I don't think it was. If I think about it,
I don't see it happening.
I don't see him doing that.
Was it a Cadillac EV?
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
no, it was a full gas burning, full size. I could have sworn it was him.
But, you know, I will share one other thing about
Okay, good.
Sustainable
Let's change
Poolesville. Over the weekend, they had a great Pick It Up Poolesville event. They did that on Saturday and Sunday. A lot of young kids came in and participated. So that group continues. You have a whole new group of young people who are interested in helping out. So they picked up a lot of stuff at Elgin Park, then they picked up other stuff not too far from the high school out on the road. Picked up quite a bit of trash and recycle. And so that's doing a great service to our community, in addition to what your team here is doing. But these folks go all over the place looking to help clean up.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, President's report, I'll keep it short. You guys covered a lot of the bases, all the stuff I'm still working on at the same time, which is great. Poolesville Day coming up, big, our best day, our biggest day. So many great elected officials are going to get to hear the story of Poolesville and buy into our narrative as far as I'm concerned. It's a day, as you said, Sarah, to really tackle them on our initiatives. Link has put together a hell of a program that we're going to be up there. I would say it's going to be 80% scripted and 20% wing it, depending on what how the time runs. Ed, you're going to be in control of part of that with that panel too. So, you know, the other elected officials will let them have free reign to talk, and then we'll give you like 2 minutes to to run your panel. So be prepared for that. So
We're going to cut
Yeah.
them off and keep on going.
I know you got it. Oh yeah, we're gonna cut that. We're gonna cut off Mark Elrich. Okay, we'll see how that goes. But anyway, Poolesville Day is going to be an amazing day for us with really a who's who of elected officials, and I hope the town comes out and really sponsors it. Speaking the same thing tomorrow night, we're going to end up hosting a series of these meet and greets in some way or another. Tomorrow night's actually like a thinly veiled fundraiser for Andrew Friedson Wednesday night up at Locals. What time does it start? 4 or is it 5:30? So I put 4, so I'd be there at 5:30. Starting at 5:30, and then that's a chance for all of the town to get a chance to meet Andrew Friedson, see him, right along the same lines. And by the way, all other candidates are welcome to do this. We give them every opportunity they can to come get to know us better, and we get to know them better. We have something similar going on with. It's not on the same line of that gathering, but again, when Scott Goldberg comes in, he came in. He missed the at-large spot by. He came in next. He the one that was. He was the first one out of the last county council at-large election. So he's going to come up and spend time with us on Monday, as Sarah said. Then Lori Ann Sales, who did win a position, she's coming up. I think over the course of the next time, you know, in Montgomery County, the elections. They may take place in November, but they really take place at the primary level So we'll be dealing with a lot of this over the course of the next 8 or 9 months as these candidates want to come through. We're going to use every opportunity we can to not just get to know them, but to push our initiatives, just like Sarah said, build the community center, put the bubble over the pool, fund OneCo, fund our various initiatives, create transportation. There's a lot of stuff that we need from them, and it's always in progress. Today, town staff and I met with the Historic Medley folks, Maureen and Knight Kiplinger, and we talked about what the entrance is going to look like from the new parking lot, which is going to be created as a part of this subdivision being created right next to us. So we talked about what the path will look like, how that's going to be integrated in, where it's going to cross over, how it can access the John Poole House and to locals and to our historic district. So. Or cultural arts district, sorry, and our historical assets. So we had a good conversation with them today. We know we have more development work to do on that, but we all kind of got on the same page. And I won't go into the details, but it started off a little bit on the rough side about who's going to pay for what, and then we kind of settled it all down a little bit and kind of got into the mode of how we're going to do some problem solving and turn it into something really nice that people will be able to park. And now you said the parking lot's about the same size as this parking lot, or
Will be a little bit, the number of spaces will be similar, but it will be, rather than it being all one line, it will be in 2 rows.
okay.
It will be either way.
With access from Fisher Avenue to now access from the development entrance, or
From the development entrance, so
Right.
from where you will enter in on Fisher,
the development entrance that's already been created.
already been created. It will be widened by the time that pole's going away. It will look different by the time we get there. But in any case, once you turn in, you turn left from that entrance, and we'll be on that side.
And so one of our, as everybody knows, one of our difficult issues is the amount of parking that's available to our downtown central district with Old Town Hall, et cetera. This is going to kind of take care of that, and that's part of the development process for what's going on next door. Then town staff and I also met with Scott Graham from the fire department, and we already started to do planning for the fireworks show for next year. It's the 250th year for good old USA. So we had a good conversation today about how that's going to go. The fundings, we talked about that a little bit. This is a lot of money for a 4-hour event, but they're talking about turning it into a day-long festival and a more organized festival, and also it's something that we can co-promote, co-brand with them better than what we've done in the past. But again, I don't know if it was Wade or Niles told me, don't say a word about it to Tara Scholes, because until Poolesville Day's over with. So don't start bugging her. So I'll try to hold off on that. But anyway, so we talked about next year, and then we talked a little bit about beyond and how that's going to look in terms of Poolesville's show. And I'll just leave it at that.
Scott does plan to come to the next.
I'm sorry, yes.
And he's going to have a presentation on the financial aspect of what occurred this year and what they're planning next year.
So the first meeting in September, which is actually the second Monday in September, the 8th, right?
Yes.
It is, yeah. So when we meet on September 8th, Scott's going to come in and do a full presentation about it and talk about probably everything that we just talked about and a lot more. So just be prepared to talk about July 4th and our partnership. And last but not least, you guys, it's always great to write something. I did a post on the crosswalks. You saw that. Not one complaint. So that was pretty amazing, and I'm very happy about that. And why not? Those crosswalks look amazing. So good job, town staff. Good job, Preston. Yeah, good job, Preston, on picking out the right color. Now we just got to see if we can make it last. So they're really good looking, and they're very eye catching. So great job on town staff. Anyway, that's it for me. So anything else? Any questions? Nope. All right, very good. So public comment. I have one signed up for. I'm guessing our friends from the Cats are going to have your own time on the agenda. So if we hear more from you, that'll be awesome. Anything else, you guys? This is the public comment time period. Jerry, you can come on up. You've already signed up, but I'll give you guys a chance if anybody else wants to speak that's not related to a budget item or a agenda item. Thank you, guys.
Good evening, Jerry Klibikowski, 17300 Fletcher Hall Road, Poolesville, Maryland. A couple things. One, on respect to cats, I'm not going to repeat what I said 2 meetings ago, so go ahead and look it up and reread it yourself before you take any action. It states how I feel, and a lot of other people do as well. On 31 July, Bethesda Today article concerned MCPS's examination of programs in high school service areas. With respect to the former, the article talked about program changes that would be highly competitive, application-only magnet programs as science, mathematics, computer science magnet program, and they mentioned Blair High School and the county-wide baccalaureate program at Richard Montgomery. And then they talked about regions. They were going to set up regions with various schools in the region. And Poolesville High School was placed in the Region 6, along with Northwest, Clarksburg, Seneca Valley, Quince Orchard, and they placed Damascus in Region 5 with Gaithersburg, Magruder, Rockville, Watkins Mill, and Wheaton. I would have thought that Damascus and Poolesville would both be in the same region as they're both in the Ag Reserve. But if you haven't seen the article, I've got it, and there was another article in Bethesda Today that talked about further comments by the public about the whole thing. I have a question on the big bad bill. I heard it was not going to impact the state, which would mean it would not impact the county or the town. Do we then know that to be a fact?
No.
We don't.
Yeah, we don't.
Okay. And except for 2023, with respect to the solar array, except for 2023, where it appears the actual power production amounts were lower than the estimated production, 2024 and 25 power production estimates seem to be low, which makes the estimated power production seems to be low, which makes the actual power production numbers look much better. As I recall, there was supposed to be a break-even point at which the town would be making money to the positive. Have we reached that or passed it, or?
No,
Okay,
no, definitely not.
all right. And then,
Jerry,
Yeah.
not to interrupt, are you looking for us to, you want us to, think it's wise for us to put something together?
yeah, I
Look
think.
and see what that number
well,
is and make a public
the whole-
accounting of it?
The whole point of the solar array was to, be ecologically sensitive, but also to save the town money.
Yes.
And there was a
Yeah, there was a delta that was like 13 or 14 years out where it
Yeah,
would say. that
there
we
was
still make
a
money.
chart, loaded spreadsheet, and if you change the numbers as to what the Pepco Potomac Edison power per kilowatt hour was, it would show you basically if you were going to make, you were going to break even faster or
Right.
later than what was estimated. So I was just wondering if we've come close.
So,
It's not so easy to track because the distribution and transmission, separate from the regular power distribution stuff, it's all changing at the same time too. So it's like working a calculus equation trying to figure out.
yeah, it would be nice if we could take that spreadsheet that we all saw
Yeah.
and be able to plug in the numbers, but determining what the numbers are is extremely difficult
we
because
need-
they've been changing, the variables change yearly.
So we need a quantum computer to figure it out.
We do, well, I mean, maybe not with AI, seriously, we could take a spreadsheet
AI,
and tell them
yeah.
what to do.
All right. But on a sad note, I wanted to mention this. For a long time, he was my doctor. Dr. Hector Cesar Ascension was the physician for over 50 years and passed away on the 23rd of July of this year. And I believe for the majority of his long, distinguished career, he was serving the medical needs of the Poolesville and Western Montgomery County residents. In fact, he was the only doctor in the area until I think Dr. Sachs opened up his practice in Poolesville in 1990. It was only after he joined the Adventist Medical Group that he was forced to leave Poolesville. He touched countless lives with his gentle care, wisdom, and unwavering commitment to the patient's well-being. His passion for medicine was evident in every interaction. He was deeply respected not only for his clinical expertise, but for his kindness and empathy that he brought to his practice. And he will be missed.
Yeah. And I'm remiss, I did have it written down in my comments, and I didn't read it, and I really appreciate you bringing that up. He truly served the community and was a great guy to a lot of people, and I'm sure saved lives in Poolesville.
And I think he saved a lot of hands and feet, too, because the first time I was there, he was, they said, sorry, he's got an emergency. And he was there, and a guy did something to his hand or his arm, and he stabilized the guy to go down to,
I thought you were going to talk about some sort of a lawnmower incident with you or something like that, some sort of a weed trimming.
oh, thank you, I appreciate that. And I think that's it.
Okay, any other questions? Anything for Jerry? You guys, all right, thanks, Jerry. Appreciate that. And again, thank you again for bringing up Dr. Asuncion. He was truly a remarkable person for Poolesville.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was
Thank you, Jerry.
important. All right, very good. Does anybody else have any public comment that's not related to an agenda item? I know it looks like the majority here is here for the cats. Okay, come on up and identify yourselves. This will be a quick Boy Scout update. Come on in.
Love it.
Hello?
I'm sorry, Scouts. Thank you, Brian.
Sorry.
Yes, go ahead. Introduce yourself, give us your address, and
Yep.
tell us why you're here.
So I live over in Tama. I'm a scout with Troop 496. We are based out of Isaac Walton League. I just finished up my Eagle Scout project. I'm Life Scout, almost hopefully finishing Eagle soon. And for my project, I'm building a Gaga Ball pit.
What's your name?
My name is Nico Haler.
Nico.
Yes, sorry. But I'm building a Gaga Ball pit at Seneca Academy. It's down by the Harris Teeter. I got a great turnout. I want to just give a big thank you to Jim Brown for letting us borrow his truck for transporting materials. I got an incredible turnout of scouts, people from Poolesville High School to come out. I think we had like 20 people on 2 different days come out in total to support the project. And yeah, we got everything prepped. It's built there at the school now. Hoping to do a second day where we go out and teach the younger kids there. It's an elementary school, teaching them how to actually play Gaga Ball. So we're very excited for that, and we're thankful for the community because I was able to go around, had all kinds of project ideas, and everywhere I went, everyone who I got to work with was super just straightforward, super easy to work with. Everyone was excited about every project I suggested. So I was very thankful on the community.
Awesome. Yeah, we're very thankful for the work you've done, and appreciate working with town staff and doing everything you've done. Appreciate you bringing back my truck in one piece several times. Thank you for that. I can't say that about all the residents. And then also too, the project's really worthwhile, and that's a great idea. So thank you for doing that. And what year are you in school right now?
I'm going to my junior year.
Okay, gotcha. Where are you going to go to college? Do you know?
No, I do not have.
Your parents aren't making you go to their alma mater?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. All right, there you go.
Should I interject and save you from this line of questioning?
Yeah, I got more. No, that's it. No, Nico, really appreciate that. Thank you for that. And so, I don't think you need to come back from us for a summary. Does he have anything else that we need, town staff needs him for? No. Okay, good. So pass along that same initiative about doing things to your fellow scouts. And because we do have more projects that need to be done. The one we were working with today with Historic Medley up here is like an ideal Scott project. So that's something that, we're going to be looking for your guys' help on.
I know 2 or 3 scouts who are coming up on their time for
On their Eagle?
Eagle,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah,
can
good.
let them know about it.
Okay, good. Thank you for that. Anything else?
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
Nico?
Well, Nico, as you know, you might know my daughter Elizabeth Reed, and she's also a junior and also a scout. And I would just say, I know firsthand how much work scouts do and what it takes to become an Eagle Scout. So I want to say congratulations, and I'm really proud of your troop because you guys have been cranking out Eagles left and right. So keep up the good work and keep raising the bar for those coming behind you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yep. Good. All right. Anything else for Nico? All right, buddy. Thank you. Good stuff. Appreciate
Thank you so
it.
much.
Yep. Thank you. Thanks, Matt. Good support. Good dad support. I know. Yeah, it's all on him. He does it. All right. Very good, guys. Thank you for that. Appreciate the little impromptu update. Very good. All right. Approval of the minutes for July 7th, 2025.
Sure, I
Seems
motion.
like a long time ago. Go ahead.
Yeah, I motion that we approve the minutes from July 7th,
Second.
2025.
Motion by Ed, second by Sarah. Any questions, amendments, changes, conversation? Nope. Alan, nothing from you?
Nope, we're good.
Okay. All those in favor, motion by made, second. All those in favor of approving the minutes for July 7th, 2025, please say aye.
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 Aye. All right, minutes have been approved. Old business, Poolesville Cats Incorporated grant request. I like that it's incorporated. That's pretty cool. Is that real? Good. And then sometimes we add an ink onto things just to make it a little more official. That's a good one.
Richard
Come on up, Richard.
Warner. I live at 19746 Wooten Avenue. And it did take us a few years, about half a dozen years to become. We had to wait for somebody to volunteer that knew a little bit about 501s. And so our treasurer stepped up. She was down county working with one of the other large rescue agencies. And we met right across the street at Dunkin' Donuts. And it took about a year to get all the paperwork in and everything that the state and the feds needed to get that, which is a good thing for the people that donate money, because we can get back to them, say, this is tax deductible if you want it. But, so we've made a lot of progress in the last 3 years as far as size and growth. I think we went over this last month or at the last meeting. I don't have anything new input to give you guys. I came up here to get a check or something.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because I don't want to tap, my knees bother me. I don't want to tap dance at the four-way stop up there.
Oh, that's it for that then.
I'm just the president.
Yeah.
I do a little bit of work, quite a bit, I guess. But there's people here that do more than I. And I'd like them to update you on this week's activities, if that's okay.
Oh, yeah, if you want to, that's fine. Yeah, let's
Okay,
do
good.
it. Yeah, thank you, Richard. Appreciate it. Yep, come on up, identify yourself, and tell us more about what's going on.
Okay, thank you. All right, thanks. I'm Denise Habib. Address is 23530 Whites Ferry Road, Dickerson. I've been with Poolesville Cats since 2023. I'm now the current Adoption and Foster Committee chairperson. So I am in charge of paperwork for adoptions, taking cats to the vet, talking to and interviewing foster parents, traveling around, assisting Richard and Dave Mazza, the vice president, in doing trapping of the cats that are coming into foster care. And this year we've done, in 2025, we've only had one TNR, which we find amazing. There was one cat that we accidentally trapped over on Hurstberger when we were trying to trap a troublesome dump at a homeowner's house. We accidentally caught the wrong cat, but turns out that gentleman needed to be neutered, and we took
Not the person who had the cat.
no, not the person that had the cat. The accidental cat that got trapped. It was
That'd be
unfortunate for him, but we let him back into his environment to safely go about without reproducing more little ones. We've had 17 cats adopted so far in 2025. We've got one cat now that's in a foster to adopt situation, which we are fingers crossed. We're hoping that the mom will keep the kitty. And we've got 4 cats in foster care right now, and one of them is about 48 days pregnant with 5 kittens per Dr. Hernandez. So we're anxiously awaiting the blessed event, which will add 5 more to our foster roster. Yeah.
So, somebody said to me, what do we need to fund Poolesville Cats for? There's no cat problem in Poolesville.
No, there's not a cat problem in Poolesville.
And to that, I will say, you just said
This is
there
why.
are 17 cats that you've already had adopted this year in 2025.
Yes,
4 that you have waiting to be adopted.
Yes.
And one of them is going to give us 5 more.
yes.
That sounds like a cat problem if we don't do something about it.
Unfortunately. Yeah, she was an escapee from her foster family due to lack of air conditioning at the house. And she was in heat and busted out the window screen and took off. And it happens.
It happens.
It happens, yeah. So she's now with me.
It's likely over 30 cats by the end of the year.
Well, potentially, because she had a litter, and her previous litter, they were 16 weeks old.
I think we'd hear about 30 cats running around Poolesville, wouldn't we?
Yeah. It doesn't take long. If you
No, it's not under control. Right.
if you cannot catch the cats, and you want to spay and neuter when it's appropriate for the veterinarian to do it safely for the cat. It's usually 4 months for males, 6 months for females, for kittens. Yeah, for kittens.
Impressive
Denise,
numbers.
that's amazing. So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's something else.
Yeah. So we're
Well,
doing,
let me go back to, and if it wasn't done, and if you guys weren't doing what you're doing,
yeah.
would it be fair to say that the cat problem that you don't really see will become a cat problem that you would see?
I think so. Yeah. We do have people who will call animal control because they don't yet know about us. We don't have signs on lamp posts that say, if you find a feral cat or a stray cat or cat that looks like it's in trouble, don't call animal control, call Poolesville Cats. But we're trying to get that out. We have our Facebook page. We've got over 1,000 members on our Facebook page right now. We have a very active Facebook group, what we call the local spotters in town, somebody in each and every neighborhood that gets on there and says, hey, does anybody know this cat? Or, hey, this cat that's been hanging around my house now, he's come up and he's got, he's lame with a leg wound or something like that. Can you come in and trap it?
So it sounds like you have a very strong network, even though you're not
We
putting
do.
signs out on light posts.
Yeah, we
There's
do.
a strong network that's out there to make sure that we don't have a problem.
Yeah.
Right? So it sounds like a lot of proactive prevention work.
We're,
that's taking
we're
place.
trying, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for not posting stuff up.
Yeah, I know.
Appreciate that. Thank
He
you.
called littering, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, very good, Denise. I miss you on Fisher Avenue, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Is anybody else, did you want to have a presentation part of this? I mean, if not, then we're prepared to have a little more discussion, I think.
Okay.
Thank you.
My name is Alondra Morera. I'm at 17685 Cole House Road in Poolesville, Maryland, 20837. I just touch base a little bit more about our non-cat problem. Last year, we provided medical adoption and fostering services to over 54 cats. And this year so far, my count is at 23. So you may not be able to see them, but we do.
Yeah, that's why we don't see them.
And per last month's request, I did submit over the 2023 and 2024 financial documents or review documents.
Very helpful.
So if you guys had any questions about those.
I don't. I do want to note that they raise $15,000 to $16,000 a year, principally in cash donations.
Yeah, I was impressed.
That's significant.
Yep, very good.
And that is great thanks to the people of Poolesville.
Yep, agreed. Questions from the commissioners? Further commentary?
No, I appreciate the work that you've done, going back and then getting the information that we asked for from the last meeting. I appreciate and respect the numerous of emails that we receive. Right, I can see that there's a lot of support throughout the community for
Yeah, I think we got about
for your
30.
request as well,
Yeah,
and I think that that's really important.
I definitely agree with you there, Ed. It was, between the requests, got the information, actually, I think our first contact form came the night after our meeting.
Like before
And,
I did.
yeah, and they literally, it just kept coming. I reviewed the category summary that you provided as well. So, the more information that we have is it's beneficial. And I appreciate it, and I also appreciate what you guys do for the town and keeping the population down.
Yeah, something, I appreciate that, Alan. I wanted to say, I have three things. First of all, I've been here long enough, especially on Fisher Avenue, that, and being in real estate, so I'm around, every time I say something in real estate, can we ding a bell? I just like, it's like a, but going up on like Hertzberger, there was just, you could tell this was before you guys really caught your stride, and there were cats everywhere. And it was an amazing and sad situation. Some were really, really looked like they were health impaired. They were living in our sewer drains. It's been a remarkable difference thanks to the work that you guys have done. And you can see it every day. But if you really lived here back then and saw what was going on, it was amazing how many strays we had, how many feral cats we had. back to the amount of people that wrote, very effective on your, I guess, your Facebook communications, however you guys, your private network. That means a lot to all of us as commissioners. We very much value the input from the residents straight up. And the advocacy from the residents, it actually helps us make our case, makes it easier to be able to respond to the public, to be able to respond to other people that were here earlier that have their own commentary on things. It makes a big difference for us. It makes our job easier. So I appreciate the responsiveness, not just the hard work, but you guys do a good job of advocacy. In fact, you do such a good job. And I wrote back every single person, the commissioners know this, that every time somebody writes a letter, I always write them back and say, thank you for your input. We may have questions. We may want to look for more information. You've given us good information. But I've responded so many times to people's letters that it's actually changed the algorithm on my Facebook page as well as my Instagram page. And now I see cat stuff all the time. So you can just ask your members to stop sending me stuff that I have to respond to. We're going to give you a good response tonight, but it's amazing how many times I get cat feed now coming up. And I've come to like them because of it. So I'm like a convert, I guess. So anyway, appreciate the advocacy and the hard work you guys have done for that. So thank you. So commissioners, if somebody wants to make a motion or if there's any other questions, I'm good to go.
No,
Anybody here?
Yeah, no, I think let's move forward.
Okay.
And I motion to approve the grant request from Poolesville Cats for $2,500.
I'll second.
Motion made by Sarah, second by Brian. Any other questions? Ed, Alan, any other questions?
no, I'm good.
Yep, I'm good as well.
Okay, thank you. All those in favor of the grant request, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? Okay, you guys. Thank you so much for the
Thank
work
you.
you've done. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you guys so
My
much.
only question is, if someone wants to adopt a cat,
They need to message Denise Habib.
Me.
okay.
Yes.
And how would they get your info?
So
On Facebook.
On Facebook.
My phone number that's in the old Chamber of Commerce, we don't have a landline anymore, but a lot of people know me, so they can just ask anybody. You know where she is? And they can, they'll find me.
I'll
You
say
can-
that back in the microphone for the watching the recording.
you can also email poolesvillecatsinc@gmail.com and we'll
there you
forward it
go.
over to who it needs to go to.
It's great. You paid for that ink. Let's use it. Good job. All right, you guys, thank you. A round of applause from the commissioners for your hard work. Thank you. Great presentation.
Thank you for all you're doing.
Appreciate that, and way to set the example for the other people that asked for grants. So, and the residents, that's a very good job. Thank you. Keep it up.
Congratulations. Yep.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
see you next
You're
year.
welcome.
Anything else? Richard? Denise? Is that it? You guys are good? Do you want to leave?
All I can say is thank you, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. You guys did the job, and you're doing the job.
Back in 2008, the place was crawling with
Yes, it was.
crawling with cats. And they were old cats that were, a lot of them had homes. When people move, they leave the cat, they get a little kitty, but when he gets a little bigger, they let him go outside. And
Do his thing.
that's
Right.
how a lot of these cats get around here. They're at homes. And we take them in, check their, what level of possibility they have to be a inside cat again, and most of them, that's how we do it,
So much
Most
work.
cats are
So much love for cats.
abandoned cats.
Yeah. How about, I have a question for you too, and I know nobody, the listening audience probably won't be able to hear this, so you don't need to step up to the mic, but are we still feeding the strays like we used to? I remember we had a full network of people that fed strays, and I can't remember if that was within the advocacy of what you guys wanted them to do or didn't want them to do.
We work with a couple people, but I know there's 5 or 6 more that say, no, I've got plenty of food, Richard, you don't have to drop off a 20-pound bag.
Right.
Like that. There's a number of people that feed the, mostly over in Cohos, because that's
Yes.
what got hit hard about 8, 9 years ago. And I think I know where all the kids came from, but that doesn't matter because they're there. And we worked with Metro Ferals and got a lot of them TNR, neutered,
Right.
rabies shots and stuff. And that's what you see over there sticking their heads out of the, a couple of years ago, we had a problem over here with a hoarder and we were seeing many, many cats crying at people's front doors wanting to come in, and we straightened all that out too. But there are people that, you know, are not really active with us. They go on our page and they watch and they click a like or, you know, something like that. And if we have an APB out for the tuxedo cat, we
Right.
might hear from them. But they take care of, you know, they buy a 15-pound bag and put it out on their porch, you know.
Now, do you guys encourage the feeding of the strays within this kind of loose network, or are you?
No, I don't think we really.
I mean, I don't know what's right, by the way. That's why I'm asking.
No, I don't think we encourage that. We don't discourage it. It just.
It
Just-
depends on what you want. If you want the cat to stick around, if you want to continue to feed it, then go ahead and feed it. If you do not want the cat around your home, do not leave food out for it because it will come back expecting food, especially if you do it more than once.
Most of the people in the town, if they're the type of person that's got pets or something and the cat comes up on their porch, they're probably gonna put a pan, especially if they have a cat in the house, you know? Put a pan out there, that cat's coming back the next night. And we don't monitor that. There's some that do a really good job, and at times we've dropped a bag or a case of food off. But for the most part, they take care of their own, they consider them their cats, you know? And they don't come in. They hang out under the bushes. And I've seen some of these cats, you know, on the next block. And, but when it's feeding time, they go right back to where they've been feeding.
And that being said, if the person who's taking care of their colony sees that one of them is injured or sick, then they might reach out to us and say, hey, I've got an injured cat.
Right, yeah, these are those, like, they turn into spotters, and they're going to give you feedback on it, yeah. Man, you guys are amazing. You really are. Town staff, did you have any idea they were doing all this?
Didn't know.
That was a fast answer. Yeah. All right, yes, no, it's amazing work, you guys. I really appreciate, I think I speak for all the commissioners, we really appreciate you bringing it to our attention. We say keep up the good work. We plan on you guys coming in next year, giving us more updates on what's happening, and I don't know where we'd be without you. And you're not going to ask for a cat park, are you? I had to ask that up front. We have to start budgeting for that if that's the case. All right, very good, guys. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it.
Take care.
Thank you.
Commissioners, thanks for all the good questions and commentary. Appreciate that. All right, under new business, we have to make an appointment to the Sustainable Poolesville Committee. Town staff, thank you.
You take care.
Thank you, guys.
Have a good night.
Good seeing you. Thank you, everybody else. That's it. All right.
So, the Sustainable Poolesville Committee recommends the appointment of Inga Pedersen.
Yes.
To the Sustainable Poolesville Committee, and that's for you to vote on and then confirm, and she would attend the first meeting next week, or 2 weeks.
Inga's the taller one, right?
Yes.
Inge, we've already, so everybody, you saw the little blurb that was submitted through Sustainable Poolesville and town staff to talk about Inge's her desire to serve on the committee and some of her background. Does anybody have any questions? She's not up at the microphone, but if as long as there are no questions for her, then that's something that we can potentially move forward with a motion.
Sure, I'll make a motion. All right, I motion that we accept Dr. Peterson to Sustainable Poolesville.
Motion made by Ed, second by Sarah. Any other questions from anybody else? All in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Nope. Okay, welcome aboard. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for being here tonight, too. We know you're busy. Thank you for that. It's all good. And we look forward to your service to the town. Thank you.
Interestingly enough, we are actually one of the adopted families, cats.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome. Well, yeah, looks like you needed more stuff to do. Right, okay. All right, I got to be quiet before I get in trouble. Sarah's already kicking me under the table. Okay, very good. Thank you for that. Yeah, thanks, staff, for the presentation on that. And Ed, thanks the guys at Sustainable Poolesville for coming up with a good candidate. Awesome. Love it. Okay, FY 2025. It's hard to imagine we're still talking about 2025. Budget and closeout.
Right there. Yeah. There we go.
Town staff is prepared a presentation for us.
All right.
I know, but you know what, I just can't see it. It's not gonna let me do a slideshow.
Go to current.
Can I do it for 2 seconds?
You
Sorry.
can. He's fixed things, so I can't operate them.
There we go.
All right. So yes, tonight we'll be talking about the Town of Poolesville's 2025 budget closeout. This presentation is going to be a summary of the high points of it. The actual document was given to you also. At the end of the presentation, we'll go ahead and adopt this. The auditors already have a copy of it. They're going through everything now. It takes them about a month to get through it. So part of our process is adopting the numbers. So we'll start with an quick overview. So talk about the general fund first, which pays for everything except for water and sewer operations, and we operated just under $6 million this year. As far as the water and wastewater funds, it was just under $2 million operations, and we did have to require a grant from the general fund for $183,000. Both revenue was down and expenditures were up, so we'll talk about that in a little bit more detail. But overall, the whole budget process closed out with a positive balance of $461,000.
Thank you.
So that's really good. This table I always show every year, and actually it's changed quite a bit this year. You know, income tax we know has creeped up over the property tax, but usually it's up into 45 to 46% for each one of those categories. But revenue sharing has come up quite a bit. This was the third year that the incremental increases came in from the county, so we've topped out now. And then developer fees, and that's one reason why we have a lot of extra money left over, because all the developments finally came through at one time while the pile of money comes in. And what happens with it, that's going to pay over the next 3 years the inspections and stuff that occur to have these developments, to make sure their infrastructure is put in properly and received properly through the town. So looking at the revenue for the general fund, we were $635,000, almost $636,000 over what we had projected. And that's mainly due to interest income for what we have in the investment fund through Montgomery County. The interest rates were better. And also the development fees, which is a big chunk of that, obviously. And like the note right there talks about the engineering inspections over the next, while these construction activities are going on the next couple of years. As far as the expenditures go, we actually were over budget, $255,000, a little bit more than that. And the biggest part of that was, of course, I said, the grants for the water and wastewater fund of $183,000. And then the engineering was over by $62,000, mainly due to the PFAS remediation design stuff that we're doing. And also we did a couple extra water reports and the use of Kathy Mem. She all goes into this engineering category. So all things we needed to do. Taking a look at the water, so you can see we were revenues down slightly, and it wasn't due to user fees, $49,000, and it was due to the rental income we took off the cell towers from the tank for that long period of time. We received less income from those guys. And then WSC contractor fees, we hadn't had much work going on with contractors. It is now, but so we didn't. We anticipated that we would have more, but it didn't. It kind of was delayed, so it wasn't anticipated. On the expenditure side, so we were over $90,000 over budget. Sludge hauling was the biggest one there, and each year we talk about this by $66,000. And we've reached out to, I started reaching out to Maryland Environmental Services. They operate several wastewater plants, WSSC, and there's another company that operates wastewater plants, to see if we can partner with some contracts, figure out what they're doing with the sludge. Hopefully when WSSC gets their incinerator open, maybe we can be able to take it there. It's just
Find a better
get rid of this stuff.
solution
It's
for
just-
where our
it's-
sludge goes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a growing problem, and it grows all the time. And then our billing system was over too. We have a proprietary billing system, and we had to get new updates and new software, and so that's why that chunk of money came out. This is a breakdown. Just basically, you can see that the wastewater actually, this water and wastewater operations together, but the water is about 40% of it, wastewater 60% of it, and then you can see how it's broken down there. Talking about, and please stop me anytime you guys have a question. Going to the CIP accounts, capital accounts. So we did a lot of things this year. You had some new desks for Tara and Kathy in the office here. Wastewater plant, we did get a AED for them. The historic medley grant. Radar signs, that's what we put up on Fisher Avenue here. Salt spreaders, I think 2 of them were replaced this year. And then Preston needed some skid loader attachments, and some other replacement equipment that he did, chainsaws and things. And then the holiday lights, of course, each year we go through replacing some and updating them. Mainly just right now, it's just replacing things and keeping things fresh because they start rusting out over, 5 or 6 years. And this year, I know we're going to be buying more lights too. Vehicles, we had one bucket truck we replaced. We replaced this with a used truck, which is something we have to do now because the cost of trucks are just crazy. The larger trucks we get. And this one's not used on a daily basis. I mean, we use it for doing street lights and different things and tree trimming, but
Bucket trucks are the one that have the
literal
thing
boom.
Little boom
lifts
on it.
people up to, okay.
exactly.
Just make sure I know what you're talking about.
Yep. And then some of these signs, as we get into some of their accounts here, they're projects that were half last year, half this year. So the same thing with the electronic sign, flashing crosswalk signs, we put those down at the elementary school. West Willer sidewalk, of course, that was partially designed last year, and then we funded the actual construction of it this year. GIS system, that's growing really well. We got the water lines in there, sewer lines in there.
Water and sewer is in there, the valves, the hydrants, and the street lights are all in there. We're working with our contractor to do all of our signage, so street signs, stop signs, all of that. And they're going to use a camera. We're going to put it in one of our trucks. They're going to drive around and capture it as they go. So they think it will take about 3 or 4 hours to do the entire town. So we're just working on the logistics of when we're going to do that.
But that's the easy part.
But that's the easy part.
Yeah, getting the guys to actually put the information in, like they turn in the valves, and they found
Yeah.
a couple broken valves and hydrants and stuff.
Yeah.
Put that stuff in it, so we replace it, then we know it's new. So getting them acclimated to that is
Like
going to.
using it regularly
Yep.
at the
Exactly.
school. If it's not updated, then it's
Right.
not, it's
Good.
useless.
Right,
Exactly. So we're working on all of that, but it's been
Yeah.
off to a good start.
Yeah,
so.
it is. Yep.
That's good.
That is great.
So we did the wiring, just the design for Wayland Commons, but the actual construction will be in next year's budget as a closeout item. Let's see, we did, I think it was handicap swing or ADA accessible swing, replacing one of the parks. Hamels restroom, we finished that one. That was grant funded, which was good. We did some leveling and seeding over there at the soccer field at Deo. The Deo tot lot, this is something that we collected fees from the developer, impact fees as well as park fee and lieu monies. We had them send their capital up front, and then we reimbursed them. So we signed off on it, and they were reimbursed for that park. And it was pretty expensive because they also did the pervious pavement parking lot on that. That was a good one. Skate park expansion, that went over budget, and we did a budget amendment this last year due to that. It was because of this, you have a project like this, and $80,000 was stormwater management through Montgomery County and their fees,
Yeah.
which every one of our projects are getting us lately. There's the same thing with Hamos, and they're going to be getting us on the well 2 enclosure, which we'll talk about later. But we did get a good grant out of that, so that was good. And then we did the pickleball courts. There'll be a small, I think, $20,000 for doing the painting and
Yeah.
line and striping of it, which will be done.
In 2 weeks.
Looking at the water side of it, we did some equipment replacement. We've only done the design for the well 2 and 3 enclosures. I'll talk about that in a little bit too, a little further. Repainted the water tank. PFAS, we spent $281,000 this year just doing what we're doing, and I'm hoping to get this reimbursed through the class action lawsuit. They're now taking supplemental whatever you paid out to date of the first payment that we received, so maybe we'll get some more money. You won't get all that back, but you get a percentage. It's proportionate on the size of your system and stuff. But. And then wells 4 and 14, we finally got them finished, but we can't put them online until we fix the PFAS, but they're ready to go.
Okay.
Wastewater systems, a lot of things going on there. We finally finished the ENR upgrade. We'll see this next year also. There'll be a small portion of it that's being funded through that grant still. We'll get that monies. Lagoon repair, I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. We've done some design, what needs to be done to the lagoon. And the rest of it is just kind of think that PLC update kind of went along with the upgrade. Electrical upgrades, same thing. So a lot of good things happening at the wastewater plant. On our equipment account, 122,000 total, and it's just miscellaneous account or things that we use all the time. The guys do to keep our system running tight. inflow and infiltration. We spent a little bit of money doing inspections. I do anticipate we will spend more this year. But then the infrastructure programs, of course, the Westman water line was the biggest there. The ARF money's paid for that whole thing. That was nice having all that done in that whole little subdivision. And then we began doing the westerly water line replacement. So we get the design done on that, all the engineering work done on it. And I'll talk about more about where we are in that project, the manager's report also. So some funds that we did receive this year, the $129,000 was the initial payment for some of the PFAS lawsuits from the DuPont and 3M. Recreation monies that we keep each year rolls over. Reforestation fees, we'll have to find a home for these next year. And then our connection fees, we're up to $445,000. These typically go into sewer projects or water projects, depending on what we need to use for infrastructure for new residents. So those are restricted. We only have one loan out there right now, and so just a little bit of $1 million balance in it right now. And that was a 2.1% interest, and it will be completely paid off in FY33. So just a snapshot of what we were looking at as far as June 30th this year. Unrestricted funds, almost $1,500,000. 2.7 in accumulated CIPs, that's in the general fund. Unrestricted funds in water and sewer, well, that was just leftover change that we had there. And accumulated CIP over $608,000. So totally, we had over, almost $5.5 million cash on hand on June 30th. So we're sitting pretty good. And our unrestricted funds are well above. We were just, it's like $988,000 was our 17.5% of our budgeted income. So sitting really good, about $500,000 over. So that kind of finalizes the closeout. This is kind of a highlight of all the things. Before we adopt this, so I would like to talk about, we have a CIP project for the lagoon system. We have funds we've been accumulating in there. We've done the engineering for it. So let me switch right here. This just kind of shows us the lagoon. This is Stevens Park right here, the basketball courts, wastewater plant over here with that. This is the lagoon system here. So what happens with the lagoon system, once there's a main trunk line, all the sewage in town comes down here and goes into the headworks of the plant. Once it gets high flows, like in I&I conditions, rainy, super rainy events, it does back up here purposely and goes up here and goes to this pump station here and pumps it in here. These are our aerators that are in here. And what it does, it kind of starts breaking down some of the nitrogen components, and then it's pumped over here to the wetland side where the plants are. That again takes out some nitrogen and other nutrients from the wastewater. Then it's pumped over to the wastewater plant, treated finally, and then goes through the whole process and released. So you can see here, and this was an old photo because it's actually worse now, some of these aerators here are not working. So we're losing capability as far as treating the sewage as it comes in here. This whole panel, this one leg right here, the whole thing kind of broke, and so we can't even run the aerators right now. The big blowers over here, because it's so loud, the air blowing out of them. The neighbors over here in Seneca Chase say, "Hey, what's this noise going on out here?" And the pipe had broken finally on that side. You can see the first one here is not even. They're all broken off in here. There are a couple other missing. So this is $52,000 to redo the aerators. The blowers are fine, but the new aeration pipes need to be put in here. Then also, there was a pipe that went under here and went into a series of pipes under here. So this was built 40 years ago. And these pipes now are so just full of roots from the plants and everything, it's non-functional anymore. And so we don't have a way to get this water over to here. We have a manual pump that we can put over there, and it's very cumbersome for the guys to handle, especially in wet weathers, because that's when you're going to be doing it. When you have a lot of sewage pumping in, you got to be able to pump it to the side of the cell over here. Then you have to get it out of this cell quickly too, because the MDE only allows it to be over here like 17 inches deep for 2 days or something. It has to be out of there. So we need a pump. We need a little pump station to be set right in here too, similar to the one we did a couple of years ago. And that's about $100,000 right there, plus the electrical work that needs to be done to the panel it's going to tie to. So that's why I'm requesting tonight, using some of that unrestricted reserves, about 100,000 of it, to go ahead and get this project underway and get it taken care of.
Okay.
So any questions on that?
That's pretty clear.
What percentage, do you have a sense of like what percentage of our water ends up needing to move through this overflow system?
So that depends each year. You know, you have a drought year, you may not have any, maybe 2 events that you're gonna pump over, a couple 100,000 gallons worth. But I've had 6 million gallons go through that in really wet years.
Wow.
And those are the years that you
Impressive.
need it all to work properly, because if
Yeah.
it's not working properly, that's when you have a problem.
Give them a picture of the future that we've talked about as well.
So, yeah, at some point, this is gonna have to be phased out, and MDE's trying to phase them out in general. Really, we don't use ours like it used to be. This used to be the wastewater plant for the
Like the
town.
primary treatment process, whereas
That's
now
right.
it's just a backup overflow.
Backup overflow, it doesn't, so what it was before, all the sewage in the town came here.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was aerate here, transfer over here to this side here, and it's actually slanted a little bit. It would filter through the plants, get the nutrients, and then be pumped over here, just chlorinated, dechlorinated, and straight to the creek. So that's the way it used to be. So you see the new technology. Yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly.
In the creek.
I'm glad that is not how we do it
And
now.
the worst thing is, our rainy seasons that we really have, when you get the problems and the water really flowing here, the plants are all dormant.
Yeah.
So it
Right,
really
there was no
didn't work.
filtration.
And anyways, so.
Yeah.
Yes, but I could see at some point, MDE's gonna wanna phase this out. We would actually want them to force us to phase it out so they can help fund
Give
it.
us money,
Because an equalization basin should be put in here to be a covered, maybe a concrete structure, to hold 6 to 10 million gallons probably. That would, so we're talking $26 million probably project to do something.
Probably the
Get
biggest
that
thing we'll
sludge out of
have
there and
ever spent
everything.
money on is going to be the future of that with somebody else paying for it.
So ultimately, a consent
American
decree from
taxpayers.
MDE to want to make us take it down would be the optimal thing to do, just to wait for it.
But in the meantime, it needs to be
We'll
more
maintain it
functional.
as best we can till then.
Yep.
Okay.
So, back to that one. So yes, I would be requesting to apply $100,000 of the excess unrestricted funds to that 3150 Lagoon repair account for that project right there. And then we would adopt the 25 closeout budget as amended.
So you need 2 motions or 1 motion?
One motion, and I'll make
All of
it to adopt the.
Probably
20
two.
What?
Auditors are going to want to.
Yeah, that's what I was
You don't
thinking.
want the actual amendment saying that you're amending the 100,000, and then we can.
Adopt the whole
adopt
budget
it.
And then we
as
adopt it.
amended.
So we need 2, like Ed said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You do
2.
1, I do 1, ready?
So I'll make a motion to approve the amendment to the budget. Right?
To apply the
Or to-
100,000.
Yeah, you could probably just
Read it.
right off.
Yeah, I just want, that's.
Oh, yes,
yeah,
sir.
Yes, all right. To apply the $100,000 of excess unrestricted funds to the 3150 Lagoon repair account for the refurbishing of the air supply system and pump station installation.
Thanks, Brian. You made a motion for that amendment. We have a second from Sarah. Any other questions on it?
No.
All those in favor of it, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Opposed? Anybody? Nope. Okay, great. Thank you for that. Now we need a second motion.
Okay, I motion that we adopt the fiscal year 25 closeout budget as amended.
Second?
Motion been made by Ed to adopt the FY25 closeout budget as amended, seconded by Sarah. Any other questions from anybody else? Nope. All in favor of that motion, please say aye.
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 Opposed? None? Thank you, guys. Good job on the closeout. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Wade. I appreciate everything.
Appreciate, I like the detail.
Very good presentation.
Very informative. And
Great.
Great job, team.
Yep.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right, very good. That's the end of the presentation for that gentleman, right? We'll just roll right into the town manager's report when you're ready.
Okay, so we continue to meet and work with State Highway Administration and EB Engineering on developing a scope of work for the streetscape project. So we've had several meetings and we've developed the whole engineering scope. And it's estimated to cost about $751,000. The cost covers design, engineering, bid preparation, and then taking it to the county, getting all the permits, the states, and all that stuff. And again, we're still looking at April of 2026. So that's going to start this Thursday. We have another meeting, and then we should approve everything and be locked in, and they're going to get the go. So you probably will see some surveyors out here and different stuff, marking up pavement and doing different things. So they've already made one visit. EBA Engineering did. So
I told the DNR people in our meeting today that 3 years, but it's probably gonna be faster than that.
We hope.
We hope.
Conservative 3 years is good.
Oh,
That's a good ballpark.
Till completion?
2 to 3.
Yeah.
So when are the streets are gonna be
I mean,
done?
that's still maybe in the realm of it all, yeah.
The Wayland project is completed out here. Final inspections, John's going over it and over the final bills, so that worked out great. And we had the opportunity to meet another good electrician, because it's hard to find a good electrician. And the other guy, he was getting so busy, we were having difficulties with him, so found somebody new. They're out of Rockville, so
Yep.
these guys they kept that site so clean.
Yep.
It was just really good, nice seeing work like that done.
That being said, they'll probably fade right down in
Yeah,
effect.
I was gonna say,
as
they'll be
time
good for a
goes on.
while.
So, understood, but thank you.
Cybersecurity.
Yep. So I've met twice with the state cybersecurity assessment team as part of our grant with the state. I meet a third time with them this week, and then maybe one more interview before they give us the final assessment report. And then from there, we can use that to identify the things we need to go to phase 2 of the grant program, which is to get money to remediate any issues that they see or to improve our infrastructure. Also, at the end of the month, I'm going to participate in a cybersecurity thing that is hosted by the state and the Department of Defense, actually, about water and wastewater systems. This was something that came up from the MML conference. I think you were with me for that one.
we were together.
Where we're working on, there's new requirements around what we have to do for water and wastewater. So this will be a good option to see what they're actually wanting us to do and how we might implement it as well. And that's the cybersecurity report.
And I want to give you an update on the loan that we're going to be getting for the 2 projects. One is a westerly water line loan, and the other is well 2 and 3 enclosures. Well 2 and 3, we did put together the packages, they're ready to go to bid. The state has to review them. In part of doing that, we also had to meet with the fire marshal, and they're going to want us to do a paving and access roadway to the water tower and put an extra hydrant in also, so to make them happy.
So that's going to be interesting, because we know we have issues back there.
No.
That's really going to be
We're
interesting.
working through that. That just came in last week, so.
Okay, that'll be good.
Yeah. But as far as the westerly water line, that also was under review with MDE. So we're hoping that they get the review done and we can go to bid and then we can go to close by December, which is our timeline that we had set up initially. So everything's in MDE's hands right now, so we'll see how that goes. That's it.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, anything else from the team? No, so our regular meetings are going to be 1 week delayed from the normal in September because Labor Day is the first Monday, so we're going to be the 8th and then the 14 days later, 22nd.
Okay.
So and then that rolls right into 2 meetings that are in the normal time frame in October, assuming that we all stick with the plan
All
in
right.
terms of our meeting schedule. And as of now, we do have some things to meet about, but we'll advise as we go along, and if they don't have to necessarily meet, we won't. So,
All right.
anything else from anybody else?
Thank you.
Good to the order. Anybody left in the audience out there? Alan, anything from you, buddy?
No, I'm good. I mean, it was good to catch up. It's been a long while since we've actually had some meetings, so it's nice to
Yeah.
refresh ourselves, and I can't wait to get back to Poolesville because I've been on the road like 3.5 out of the past 4 weeks. So,
Wow.
Yeah, I'll make one comment.
Sure.
Just, the Fair Access Committee is closely monitoring what's happening with the border.
Thank you
I
for
mean, the boundaries, the school boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, school boundaries. As well,
Access,
as
go
well-
international.
Yeah, as well as the, yeah, I'll say that. But also looking at the programs. And so we are closely monitoring what's being proposed with programs. And then we are talking to, behind the scenes, we are voicing our concerns with board members. And so I won't go into all of it, but I would say last weekend, 2 weeks ago, right, about 2 weeks ago, a couple of us from Fair Access, we did meet with one of the Board of Education members and to share our concern as we also read through the articles that have been in the paper. So there are things that are happening behind the scenes that we're doing, but we don't just go out and push everything out publicly. but we're definitely continuing to fight for Poolesville and our interests behind the scenes.
Part of the reason for that too is that it's a long ways from any definitive decision-making. The superintendent does not recommend anything till December. The Board of Education will consider it the spring, and even when they adopt it, whatever they adopt, it won't be in place until 2030. So this is not a short-term thing.
And Lincoln and I had to talk about this today too, and have had kind of ongoing discussions along the same lines. And it's again, there's a recognition of the. I think there is board recognition of the unique situation of our geography, our new school, what it takes to fill our school. That's all going to come into play. That I think I think that all the decision makers are going to be very much aware of. That makes us different from all the other scenarios that are being. Each high school will have its own footprint of some sort, but ours has a unique footprint due to our population. The fact that they just spent $130 million on a facility that meant to be expanded. So it's not like, I know that the people out there and anybody that's listening, and I'm sure I'll be responding on Facebook at one point or another, but it's a unique scenario when you have only have so many students in your actual school district. You have to fill out the school. You can't necessarily make it just one magnet that is the filler for the rest of it, even though we had, however many applicants we had for global ecology. So I think our push as time goes on is to talk about still a multi-magnet scenario that gives us the best, most well-rounded students and takes advantage of the tons of money that's been spent to rebuild Poolesville High School and to house potentially multiple magnets. So, I mean, it really is a unique scenario when you think about what they're talking about for the Crown and the rest of the upcoming consortium, and how many students they have to have come into Poolesville High School. It can't just all be, at least in our minds collectively right now, it just can't be that they are all ISP students or, say, one magnet, because then you're really filling up a school with a mix that's going to be different than, say, other schools that are going to have capacity issues right off the bat. Ours is different. Ours has to be filled by our students that live locally and filled out by other magnet attendees. So it's going to be interesting to see how the difference plays out as time goes on versus what we have right now and versus what those other schools are going to be getting. And that's all part of this decision making that's going to be taking place over the next couple of years, or a year at least.
So we'll continue to monitor it closely.
We're going to need you
Speak
to.
up as needed.
Yeah, the residents are really going to be leaning on us to, come up with as much good information as we can, and then potentially some real strong advocacy if it really comes that way. So.
Good.
All right. Anything else, you guys? Sorry about that. Anything else? All right. Motion. Anybody?
I'll make the motion.
We don't have to adjourn. We can stick around. You guys want?
Let's just
Yeah.
sit here for a while.
Stick around. We miss each other.
I motion that we adjourn this meeting.
Well, yeah, you're actually, Brian got the motion.
Well, I got the second. I got it back.
Take a third from Sarah. Alan?
I'm out, yes.
Okay, gotcha. All in favor of adjournment, please say aye.
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 Opposed? None. All right, good. Wow, he clicked out real quick. That was
I haven't clicked out yet, I'm still here.
Niles
Don't
clicked
be,
you out.
hey,
That's it.
easy now.
See you, Alan.
See ya.